Hi guys, welcome to episode 2. Thank you. Are you ready? Okay, let me get your leg. Get your leg. There you go. Is that better? Is that better? Nice. So today I want to start talking about Esper's diet. Gotten a lot of comments about Esper's diet, especially since I'm a vegan, and a lot of people want to know what I feed my dog. I do feed my dog meat, and primarily because what I've researched is that there are people that have successfully transferred their dog or transitioned their dog to an all vegetarian vegan diet, but I wanted to mitigate any undue risk to her, and I have read stories about the other side of things, so I just wanted to make sure I was doing what was the best for my dog. To that effect, I make sure that everything I feed Esper is the highest quality, organic, sustainably farmed, and also that the animals that were used in the products were treated well before they were put in the dog food. I know it's tough. This is a tough area for me. It's feel a little hypocritical, I'm not going to lie. So what do I feed her? So my favorite kibble that I do use, I actually consider kibble like a side dish. Like when I make Esper's dinner, I cook her dinner from scratch, but then I include some kibble as I don't know, like you would consider rice with your dinner, or, a grain with your dinner. Primarily because kibble has all the balanced nutrition, vitamins, minerals that dogs need, and that's good, and I don't have to add anything additional to her food to kind of make up for that. The other thing is we do feed her a lot of fresh vegetables, fresh meat. We tend to boil it. So in the pot, she loves kale. She loves anything leafy green. She loves fruits. She loves veggies. So she also likes butter. I add a little bit of butter for her food from time to time to get her to really munch it. It's funny because Esper is the least food motivated dog I've ever seen. She does not love food. She doesn't love, she doesn't do things for food. She's more of a snuggler than a food pup. We do give a lot of treats though. One thing I would say about the treats is make sure you check where your treats are coming from, especially if they're sourced from China and overseas. There have been a lot of reports of chemicals and bleach and dyes and stuff used in that. So make sure you get treats that are from a reputable source or done here in the US, something that has some regulations on what goes into it. You just don't want to be, poisoning your dog with stuff that you're giving to them as a reward. So yeah. What else do you want to talk about? The other thing I would recommend is if you're transitioning your dog to a new food, to do it slowly. They say half and half. If you're doing fresh vegetables, also add that sort of stuff slowly. You can run into some diarrhea situations, which we have had before in the past, which has not been fun for everybody involved. And we found out, and you'll notice your dog will be sensitive to certain things. Esper is very sensitive to beef. She does not like red meat. It does not sit well with her, so we tend to avoid it completely. Poultry and fish, she tends to really enjoy, and I can tell her energy levels changes when she's getting the correct diet, and she's really loved this kind of whole food, real food diet we've been having her on for the last, actually since we got her, probably the last 4 or 5 years though, directly. What else? Also, I love variety in food is really important for dogs, especially for dogs who are not food motivated. You want to keep changing it up so they can continue to eat their food. I would recommend that anybody who is going to add something to a dog's diet, that you make sure you just do a quick Google search. I think you'll be surprised how many foods that humans eat that dogs can't eat. And be very wary of a couple of them. Xylitol is a really toxic artificial sweetener. It's in a lot of things, gum. It's actually in some low-calorie peanut butter, and I've heard some horror stories about puppies getting severely injured, some of them passing away from getting xylitol because they're getting, peanut butter as a treat that has in it. So be very careful. Do your Google searches on ingredient lists. Another thing, is tree nuts. Macadamia nuts are terrible for dogs. Onions, garlic. There's a lot of things that can just upset their stomach, and then there's a lot of things that can really hurt them. Some things are a gray area. I've read some stuff about avocados being good for dogs, but then also there's chemicals in avocado pits and skins that can be bad for dogs. So I tend to just avoid those. You know, I don't think you like guacamole that much anyway. Yeah. I don't think it's that big a deal. Right? Ooh, look at that leg. So please continue to comment. If there's anything you want to see a video on, a topic you want to talk about, that's fine. If I got something wrong in this video, let me know. I am not an end-all be-all. I'm just talking about my experience with this little noodle horse right here. Thanks again. The support has been amazing. I'm going to continue doing these videos, kind of informational. Been doing all the TikTok compilations, and we're going to talk about where we got Esper next time. But I really appreciate it, guys. I'll see you soon. Is there anything you want to add? Did we go over it all? Is that it? Are you hungry? How about I get you a treat?